Welcome to the IOPQ show. This is where StarCraft fans tune in to see the games you really care about. It's a different kind of commentary that's not hosted by a boring nerd or a D- player. No, I am your host. Don't write down my fake telephone number, you're not gonna need it. 1-800-I-LOVE-SC. Thank you for tuning in and thanks for being a part of the program. Today we have here for you an exciting match. It's Leah and Ho from KTF. No, it's not Flash, it's Lucifer. Sorry for getting you all excited. But we are going to see a game between Lucifer and TheZerg. TheZerg not being TheZerg, but just, one of those names that kind of got shortened. TheZerg, our race I play, TheZerg. But, since he had to make his ID TheZerg alive, he just cut out that last part. And the map is going to be Neo Requiem, which is a Terran graveyard, but it's actually balanced for Zerg versus Protoss. The Zerg is going to be in the 3 position here on Neo Requiem, and Lucifer is going to be in the 6th position in orange, and the Zerg is in teal. And we're going to see what happens in this game, because generally both races are going to go for 1 base builds, and it's still pretty balanced in terms of the map, so I really want to see how 1 base Zerg play really works out here. And we can see that there's really Protoss can go for a tech build or a 2-gate build, and we're really going to have to see what happens here, because Protoss kind of have the initiative, and he's building a pylon, which is pretty standard, I'd say. Without pylons, you can't make units. So, yeah.
봉착을 하면서 네, 그렇죠. 예, 봉착을 하면서 확실히 좀 분위기가 흔들리고 있는 이런 상황이거든요.
Okay, so now we're gonna see he's gonna make a gateway, and he's gonna scout with that probe, and then we're gonna see if he's gonna make another gateway or if he's gonna go for a gas. And then the Zerg is going for I think either a 9-pool, I think that's or an overpool build. I think that's an overpool build, considering the number of drones he has. And he's getting the gas for speed. And since the Proto does not go for the gas, oh no, there he goes. He's going for gas. I guess he squeezed out an extra probe or something to get that gas a little bit later, but to get a better economy. And he scouted in the wrong direction, as did the Zerg player, the Zerg. So they're going to realize that they've been scouting in the wrong direction, and they're going to find each other, well, pretty much last. Although the 2 overlords are going to reach the 2 final positions at the same time. So, Lucifer scouting the Zerg, and he's going to see that the Zerg went for a lot of links early to prevent himself from getting completely destroyed by a 2-gate rush, which does counter 12 hatchery on this map, because it's you have 2 and 3 chances spawning right next to your opponent. There's only 1 cross-map position, and there's 2 that's right next to you, obviously. I mean, that's a feature of these kind of maps that are kind of squarish. In terms of, it's a square of positions. If you take the 4 points, there are vertices on a square. And now the Zerg is actually teching, so he's either going to go for early lurkers or early mutalisks, or possibly he's going to go for hydralisks and get overlord speed and try to push the Protoss early. Either way, he's going to be aggressive early, because he might try to go for a 3rd hatchery otherwise, because he is quite safe against Lucifer's build. If you look at it, Lucifer is not going to be aggressive that early. He's going to try to go for tech and see what happens there. And yes, he's going for a Stargate, so he's going to harass some overlords, and the Zergs decision is going to be pretty good if he decides to get a Spire and maybe some Scourge, because that really shuts down the Corsair harass, because you cannot harass the Overlords if they're being chased by Scourge. And that probe is not going in there, it's going nowhere. And so he's going for a Spire, which is, again, like I said, a good decision considering the build. And look at this. Lucifer's going for Corsair Reaver from one base. That means he's going to be pretty short on gas. And he's going to have to do a lot of damage. And he's going for a 4 too, so let's see what he's going to do here. He's going to get some upgrades or try to expand with cannons while he's harassing with his Reaver. Either way, it's going to be an interesting game because... Okay, so he's getting a cannon by his gateway to protect himself in case of some weird drone drills that are possible in this map, and we've certainly seen a lot of them in the Gong TV Classic. Successful or unsuccessful, they're pretty much reality in this map. And then now TheZerg is actually expanding another base, so hoping that the Corsair is not going to go over it, because he's not going to know where that base is. He's looking for it, but he can't find it. So that might actually give TheZerg quite a bit of an advantage, because he's going to fool Lucifer into thinking, well, maybe he doesn't have second base, maybe he's going to hatch Mutas, and, you know, throw up a bunch of cannons in his base, and yes, that's what he's doing. While TheZerg might actually be just getting a few Scourge, and, you know, switching to... Yes, he's getting the Scourge. Maybe he'll switch into Hydralisk later, and these cannons, they'll be a waste of money. And we're seeing something in the top left, but I think that's just an Overlord hiding from the Corsairs. And Lucifer just made a weird face. Oh yeah, he just realized that the Mutalisks, they were not coming. The Scourge were coming, and he just wasted all that money on cannons in his base. Although he did pick off 2 Scourge, that's still not worth it. And they're patrolling the map trying to catch that Corsair to prevent further scouting from Lucifer, while he's sending a whole bunch of drones everywhere. He's just, I think he's just Maynarding them. Maynarding meaning transferring them over to the expansion. And he's going to take possibly a 3rd base while Lucifer is still on his main. Or maybe not, or maybe... Yes, he is getting that 3rd base at the 12. And so he's going to have an economic advantage if he's able to go unharassed. And the Scourge are trying to catch some Corsairs, but they're not going to be very successful because of the amount of cannons that Lucifer has thrown up, pretty much for no reason at all. But, you know, he had to be safe because it looked like Mutas were hatching because he made drones and Scourge at the same time. And it's like, oh wow, 6 eggs, that must be Mutalisks. Oh wait, no it's not. And that Corsair just evaded the Scourge. I don't know if it's going to be lucky this time when the Scourge are going to... Oh, that one Scourge is still chasing the Corsair. If it sees the expansions, this is going to be huge and might cause Lucifer to change his game plan. And, okay, so he's getting some Mutalisks now to try to prevent... he caught the Corsair. Wow. Okay.